In the module 1, we have done a consultant behavioral analysis, right? It includes a lot of things that I have discussed in the module 1. Now in module 2, what we are going to discuss, the call is getting recorded. So if is not somebody is not joined the call or something, they can go through the recording later on. But right now, please pay attention. So in the first module, the purpose of the module was to let you understand how to make other people feel about a consultant. It's all about the belief, the trust, and it won't come light. It won't come for free. It never happened that you just go and tell that, I am the best person for this job, or I will take care of it, and they will start trusting on you, right? You need to make them feel the way you talk to them, the way you dress up, the way you show that what you are talking about, you have done these things before. You are quite active, smart than any other employees of their own company. You can discuss about your childhood, your college days, well behaved, soft spoken. All these things wrapped up and presented to the client to make them believe in you. That's why most of the consulting firm they hire from a most reputed colleges and all. So if nothing is working, at least this thing should work, right? That's the point. Now in today's session, so I already shared the first session recording. If somebody is not gone through that, you can go through the first session recording, module 1. Today's session, we are gonna talk about analytical communication. To become a good consultant, or to become a consultant also, communication matters, and that I think everybody knows. Everybody said communication. You need to be a good communicator and blah blah. But eventually, the problem is that there are so many people around the professional landscape. They have very good communication. They might be a good salesman, mm, good marketing expert, something like that. But how does it's different than becoming a good consultant and the communication and good salesman and the communication? And that's we are going to discuss right now, today, within next 20 minutes. It will be a short session because I'm sick a little bit, but still I want to do this session because I got the time today. So the communication, what usually consultant do, and that you should start using by yourself, is analytical communication. Anyone can tell me about what is analytical communication? Anybody have any? No issues. So today we are discussing about the analytical communication. So as all of you guys knows that communication is this very important part of being any professional. Become a professional. You need to talk to them to make them feel and many blah blah blah. But what is analytical communication and how consultants use this to convince the client? Okay. Anybody can tell me anything about analytical communication or the type of communication what consultants do? Okay. Teamwork. Sonali is saying teamwork. No, no, I'm talking about not team reporting. Okay. I'm not talking about the teamwork and reporting thing. I'm talking about analytical, like when you are in your with your consult when your client in a one room. What should you say that they will start believing you,
So
or at least
basically,
At least they will say that, this guy has come prepared.
So the communication, which includes the influencing power, like the basically the consultant has
Hmm.
to know about how he or she can influence a client.
But how? That's the one question. Everybody
That
want
is
to
what.
influence.
Yes, sir.
Everyone want to influence something. So in one sense, your answer is correct, and you need to influence the client. But how? What should you say? And there are hundreds of people who are over there who can talk very nicely. मतलब ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि you should have a very nice English or pronunciation or something.
Sir, influencing becomes easy when
Hmm?
you have valid examples to what you are saying,
But Ruchi, what if they are not? They are in the business where there is no example you can present. The problem is quite unique. Then you cannot create an example.
sir. Like whatever you are saying, like for example, in a business, whatever deal you are going to done,
Hmm?
so there are some basic statistics on which you are actually talking,
Statistics which we are actually talking. Yes.
which makes the talk more like more strong. Like if we have statistics, we have
Hmm.
calculation numbers, it makes the talk more meaningful.
Okay. Thanks, Ruchi. This very good example you have given. Okay. So as the Ruchi suggested, analytical communication means you communicate analytically. You analyze something and then communicate. Each and every word what you say should and must be based on some kind of facts, some kind of statistics, some kind of analysis. Usually in consulting, they say that, if you can say something in 5 lines, why you are saying that in 12 lines, right? Then remove the crap always. Every hour they're paying for your hours, right? Okay. So that is a very high-fi thing. But let me explain you in a very simple way. Okay. When you meet a consultant, the client can be anyone. You can treat your dad as your client, you can treat your uncle as your client, your teacher, your professor, principal, anybody can your client. Okay. So when you are dealing with the people as your client, the first thing that you need to do is to understand the analytical communication that you want to discuss with them, which means the analytical communication have 3 parts. Basically there are, you can like cut in many parts, but there are 3 parts. The first part is the low part. Low means bowing down. You are accepting whatever they are doing. Usually those who are not a good consultant, what they do, the moment the other guy starts saying something, the person start cutting it. Suppose there is one lady who is all she's always using Lakme lipsticks, Lakme everything, and I want to sell them another brand, like maybe some other brand, some Mac or something, L'Oreal. So I cannot just start cutting them. Oh, Lakme, but Lakme is very bad. Then you are gone. The first part is you convince them that you are understanding what they are using. While convincing them, tell them that whatever you are doing is correct, absolutely nice. There is no problem in that. Yes, Lakme is one of the leading brand. It's a very good suggestion. Okay, in 2011 they won the best cosmetics award also, and yes, it's very good. Whatever you are up to, it's awesome, nice. Okay, that is the first part of it. Always remember, whenever you are discussing anything with, if you are in consulting sense, if you want to become a consultant, the first part of communication should and must be you bow down to them. You need to completely understand, completely within them, and putting yourself in their shoes. And this is where 90% of the consultant or would be a wannabe consultant or many communication analyst and all, they do a lot of mistakes. And when you see a lot of TV debates or TV uh, interviews, you find out the guy who was very smart, they usually, in the first part, they usually accept what other party is doing. They always let them speak. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part is, okay, the second part is, and this is very crucial. Suppose you win the first part. Now, since you have accepted whatever they are doing is correct, nice, whatever they have up to are really very good and blah blah. Since you have accepted that, now this is your turn to say something that they are ready to see, they are ready to listen that. Now this is your turn. Now, sometimes what happened that people did very good in the first part. Oh yeah, yeah, very nice, very good. The moment they got the turn, they start talking something that is completely against the first part, whatever they have chosen. Again, it become a wrong decision. Just imagine that if somebody is saying that I used Kent purifier, or I'm using this system to do the HR ranking of the people, I'm using this system for the strategy, or this is our strategy till now, right? So you need to accept that. Oh wow, very nice. So you accepted that first part you have done very nicely, very good. But the moment you got the chance, you start saying that, yeah, but your first, your whatever your strategy you're doing is what it was not worth it. It should be something. It should be blah blah. You start, opposing whatever you have accepted. Again, that is not a good advisable thing. The second part, when you finish the first part, when you start the second part, then you start your analytical communication skills. Use Mukul one sec. Give you the chance. So in the second part, you start talking about not exactly opposing what they are doing, but start throwing them some random numbers. Suppose you are discussing something with your dean about the academia of the college and something, right? And then he explain you that what he is doing, and you want to suggest him something new, something nice, something better. So when he was explaining you what he is doing, and so that suddenly the moment he end up explaining, and then you start talking about, but sir, in the college it's not going to happen. It's very bad. No, then you start throwing some random numbers. Like last year, the total number of students that got placed in their first attempt is 45%. Total number of students who got joined the companies is 67%. How many female candidates of electrical engineering branch got a job? How many core companies came? That kind of random numbers. That may or may not be related to what he is up to, what you want to present, but start throwing some random numbers. But not fake numbers, real numbers, but random. It can be random. The moment you start throwing some random numbers, okay, it will affect their mind. They start thinking about that maybe whatever they are doing, they have missed something. They missed something. Maybe they have miscalculated something. They missed some details or something. And then when he start accepting that random numbers, oh really? Oh, 67%. Are you serious? Which analysis have done this? Oh, 35% of the women are paid less than the male. Oh wow. Then you need to use your weapon and fire the bullet that all these things is happening under your watch. All these things are happening in this college also, or in this organization also, in your organization also. If there is, if there is, and then don't suggest them. Suppose they start understanding, they start saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. That is the second end of the second part. The first part of the second part is you start throwing them random numbers. Second part of the second part is that you start telling them that this is happening in this college, particularly in this organization, particularly in this your company, particularly in this sector or something. When they start nodding up in the second part, oh yeah, sure, really. Then in the third part, that is the sweet turn part. Sweet turn part means then you can start showing them some kind of probable solutions. Not that you can do it, something, something that can be done, something that should be done, something that, if you hire somebody, you can take care of this, do something like that, do this. Okay, that's the third part. By the end of third part, he is mostly convinced about that they may not select you or your firm for the consulting work, but they will start recognizing you that you are the guy who can solve this problem. Okay. Now, a lot of people ask me, "Ki, sir, whenever I go there, I don't find anything. How can I bring some data and all?" It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. When you search on internet, we are in the era of internet, right? When you search internet, you will always find something, some analysis, some data or something on everything. You graduated and in electrical engineering, but you are doing a consulting job for a media company, you can find something on media, project them to them about target points, viewership, number of views, per second revenue, lot of things. Nobody's going to verify that, but it should have some source. It's not should not be a fake thing, but nobody is going to verify that immediately, but you should have something. That is the key. That is called the analytical communication. Okay? And a lot of people, conveniently say that, if you cannot convince somebody, confuse somebody, right? In some aspects is correct, but I don't believe that. Okay, even though the other party is confusing, even though your things are confusing the other party, but you seems to be quite convinced whatever you are talking about. सामने वाला पार्टी कितना भी कन्विंस हो रहा हो, no matter how much they are confusing about your analysis or something, but you should be quite convinced about whatever you are projecting is the correct way of doing it, and blah and blah and blah. Any question anybody have? Sometimes when people go for a training during the um, consulting things, when they got this information that you need to scare the shit of the client. You scare the client and client will hire you, right? But not this is not the case most of the time. This is not the case for the personal development. You don't need to scare the clients. You should not be scared of something. Okay. Now, this kind of analytical communication, you can all see. Some of you guys start thinking that, sir, but why I'm using this? When I'm not going to join any consulting firm anywhere soon. Then what is the help I'll get in this analytical communication on non blah blah? So let me tell you one thing. 10 years down before, right? The interview process of companies are quite prehistoric kind of things. HR take the interview, technical interviews, and all blah blah blah. There was never that we are gonna interview. We are usually get interviewed by the owner of the company. Right? That never happened. Only some small companies or something. But now that's not the case. Now a lot of startup owners, CEO, CFO, C-level guys, no matter how young or old they are, but they want to interview people by themselves. If that level of person is interviewing you, and if you know the analytical communication, and you can bring some kind of numbers, tables, data, something, the chances that you will get hired is huge, and the chances they start believing you is huge. So all these things is not only you to become a good consultant in future. This means you can present your own case in a better way. Okay? Now, some people ask that, sir, where we can search for some kind of data or some file or something. Okay, just go on Google, search on the topics, and do some kind of advanced search. Whatever data you are getting related to the field what you are looking at, always mark the sources, links. I got this data of 35% poverty rate of India, or the the female security or safety of India, or something GDP, blah blah. Okay, you should have some source from that. If you just talk like that, my friends or something, and I got this, it's not gonna work. So that is called analytical communication. Okay. Now, since you guys knows that, oh, okay, I mean, whatever today's session was, you need to present some data and all things will be done. It is not easy. I'm giving you 10 days, 10, 12 days. Okay. Just pick up a topic, wherever you want to work. Suppose you want to work in a financial field, pick up a topic of financial field. What is going on? What is the different sectors, which companies, which this, from where you are getting the analysis and all these things, and write down something on piece of paper. You want to work on a solar sector, you want to work in engineering sector. If somebody asks you, tell me about those sector, what is going on and how you can help us and blah blah blah. Okay. So the more you can collect those kind of data, the more you are able to present it. compilation of data, like find end up data. I'm not telling you to start making. As a consultant, you don't need to make charts and graph by yourself. Just gather those chart and graph from different reports all across the Google, compile it in one position, and then talk to them, then talk to somebody that this is what I have gone and this is going on. Like suppose, just to start with, from which city you are. Tell me about your city. What is good in that? What kind of business that your city have? If I want to start a business in your country, what I need to do, or in your city, what I need to do? Which are the best places to do business? What are the permits required for the business? That's it. Suppose I told you did engineering from Galgotia College of Engineering in Noida. How the college is? What kind of placement the college is providing? What kind of professors they have? What kind of in-house campus they have? And blah blah blah. You gather the information, make a case, and then present. Gather the information, make a case, and present. Then you gather the information about yourself, make a case about yourself, and present. This is how to end up in a good job. Start with the small things and then finish it big. Rishabh, any doubt you have?
Till now, no, sir. Um,
So have you done any presentation like that before?
Like I have done some consulting cases, but not presentation like that.
Okay. I know it's not very easy for all of you guys to start with. A lot of time you have the only thing is you start having doubts about yourself. Oh, I'm putting these data, I'm putting these charts. Maybe they ask about this chart, what kind of research they have done. Maybe I don't know, or maybe I cannot convince them what to do, what not to do, whether what. As a consultant, you come across a lot of things that you don't know. You depends upon a lot of things that other people are doing the research, right? Okay, you need to present those things flawlessly, that yes, it is done, it can be done like this, and blah blah blah. Fearfulness, fearlessness, sorry. This is how the consulting thing work. This is how you need to work about yourself. Okay, but you need to work hard on this. Take a city, take a country, take a business opportunity, take a business sector, take your college, take yourself, do the analysis, take your own extended family, make a business kit, make a one pager, the qualification of your dad, your mom, your sister, siblings, your uncle, your aunt. The more you make cases like that about yourself, about things which is connected to you, your peers, the more people start believing you, trusting you. Recently, I was in a presentation with one company. The company was new. Means new means they don't have much project. They opened up. Then I saw something that is really good presentation. I saw that the company have about, I think, 20-30 staff. They make a slide, and they say, and they put a lot of logos are about big companies and all these things, logos. And they told us that these are the companies where our current employees worked before. Means we gathered a lot of good talent from all these large companies and presenting it to you. I never see that before. People never talk about the companies where somebody worked before. They never. But they talk. This is how they presented, and people liked it. Okay. So this is what it is: analytical communication. As a professional person, whenever you talk and whenever you want to get noticed, whenever you want to get influential, okay, you need to talk analytically, not qualitative analysis, quantitative. You cannot say, many people doing that, many people are going that, a lot of people do. No, there's not many people, a lot of people are some people. Put a number to it. Start talking like that, especially in the conference room, in the companies. If you don't get, somebody is not doing research, you do the research. That I have done a research on our company people, and 37% of the people, they believe that the lunch time should be start from 12:30 to 1:30, or 67 people think that our cleaning the office is not so clean, something like that. Trust me, personally, I started doing that 4 years, I think 5 years ago. Start putting numbers in everything. Okay, and I start learning a lot of Google Analytics. How many people reached the site, how many people time they clicked, from where they clicked, and all. I'm not talking about become a data analyst. I'm talking about using that data in the communication, the way you communicate. We will share you the module 2, task 2 with in the group and with everybody else. Okay, what exactly you need to do, but think about it, that to make the cases related to you. Anybody have any doubt? Ruchi, Vipul, Tanisha, Sonali?
No, sir. Clear.
No, sir.
Okay, Rishabh?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Some people, some of the interns, I'm just saying some, maybe I think 4 or 5 interns come back to me and ask me, "Ki, sir, why it is not regular? Why we are not taking regular classes and all?" I told him this is how it is. It's internship. It's not a course. Okay. But trust me, one thing: the moment you finish this internship, the moment you go through all this module 1, 2, 3, and the fourth, a lot of things will change in you. Knowing it or not knowing it, but it change. It will change the way you think, and that change is important. I'm not expecting all of you guys become a huge consultant after doing this 2 months of internship. No, of course not. But I am expecting a change, very thin line of change, and that I'm sure everybody will have. Okay, so sit tight, do all of your other things also. Okay, and keep finishing the work on time. Okay, guys, take care of yourself. I'll share the recording with you, so you can go through the recording later on also. Thank you.